the logistics aspects of supply chain, which was always associated with moving people, moving goods, the services associated with that, have always been defined as the supply chain. However, those companies that are consumer orientated, so the electronics industry, the consumer goods industry, over time have started to realize that their real differentiator was the product availability on the shelf and dealing with a consumer as part of the strategy rather than just customers. So today's end-to-end supply chain is all the way from the point at which the product is chosen and purchased, all the way back through operations to the suppliers and even the suppliers to the suppliers. So end-to-end is literally from the customer's customer to the supplier's supplier. And that has fundamentally changed a lot of issues because it means that companies have to think about processes that are end-to-end, being able to sense demand rather than just integrate functions like logistics, like materials management, like customer service. So in my discussions with clients, I often talk about outside in and inside out. So inside out is really a very traditional manufacturing-centric view of the world, where manufacturing plants were incentivized to keep their operations full, to leverage full capacity, and the sales and marketing organization was incentivized to sell the product. However, as we saw in the economic financial crisis times over the last years, if demand suddenly changes and a manufacturer is pushing product out into the supply chain, what happens is inventory in the form of working capital is sitting out in the system, and obviously companies have had to write off a lot of their goods and capital as a result of that. So end-to-end, for leading companies, is really the business operating strategy. And in fact, for some companies, it's turned into a differentiator. So the Ciscos of the world, the Procter & Gamble's of the world, the Apples of the world. Apple, in fact, builds supply chains around their products. They don't try and force fit many different products into one supply chain. So it's become a competitive differentiator for the business.